There we are. Okay. Great. I hope everybody can hear and see me and see the slide. Maybe a short feedback would be great.
Hi, Niklas. We can see you and your slides.
Okay, great. Then, yeah, welcome everybody. My name is Niklas Blein. I'm the IPMA Young Crew chairman, and I'm here thrilled to join you on this event and explain to you why joining the IPMA Young Crew can be one of the best career moves you can make. I'm 32 years old and with the Young Crew now over 10 years, so 11 years actually. And I will be explaining a little bit what we do, what are events and projects that we do, and also then how you can get active, how you can join us. And whenever, so at the end, I will reserve a little bit of time for questions as well. So yeah, feel free then at the end to raise your questions and yeah, clarify your thoughts. So the IPMA Young Crew, and I really like this concept of Simon Sinek, the golden circle it's called. So really why, how, and what you do. And when we look at the IPMA Young Crew, our why is really promoting competence throughout society to enable a world in which all projects succeed. So this is the vision that we share with our IPMA, let's say, or mother association. So there's the International Project Management Association that you might be familiar with. And within this IPMA, we share this common vision. So we believe that a society in which all projects succeed is only possible through competent project managers, competent project team members, and competent program and portfolio managers. So this is our why. So why do we start and work for the IPMA voluntarily in the first place? Secondly, how do we achieve this? How do we enable a world in which all projects succeed? And this is through really following these core values or core principles that we put forward. And it's about people that are the biggest value in every endeavor. So this sets also IPMA a little apart from maybe other project management standards, because it's really focused around the individual and the competences of the individual. And as IPMA Young Crew, we really believe that the people are at the core of every success. Then secondly, we are a young crew, so we are addressing people from the age of 18 to 35. So that ranges from high school students in some countries over students of the university or apprentices up to young professionals. And this, let's say, we activate and we do all this work voluntarily, but we really hold dear a high degree of professionalism. So it's fun, yes, but definitively we also focus around professionalism in everything what we do. And we believe that this is developed by improving competence, responsibility, and accountability. So really owning the results that we put forward and being responsible individually for the things you do. Then diversity is also quite important to the IPMA Young Crew, and you will see that in the next couple of slides that we range from a wide geographic spread. So we have a lot of member associations, so they are called, so national bodies that have the Young Crew committee. And in every project, in every endeavor, we really celebrate diversity, and this is definitively one of the value adds that you get also by being active in the IPMA Young Crew. And diversity as such doesn't help if you not have the respect and the value appreciation, and to recognize that there might be different opinions out there, and that in a team it's really important to have those different opinions, but especially the diversity then using as covering a wide range when everybody has his and her point. And last but not least, it's all about curiosity and passion. So as I've mentioned before, the IPMA Young Crew is a voluntary organization, so nobody gets paid. I don't get paid I'm not getting paid to be active and to dedicate my free time to the IPMA Young Crew. But what it has given me over the last years is really that I had a playground where I could try things out, where I could find people, like-minded people that are curious in trying new things, in taking some limited risks, I would call. And that's really about curiosity. What could we do together? And then passion in the execution. So we believe in the IPMA Young Crew that curiosity and passion are key to the personal development. And I think that's also one of the reasons why you are here today, is that you want to personally develop, and this is definitively associated also to curiosity. And now that you understand why and how we do some things, I also want to share a little bit with you what we do. And this is manifold. So we do have an element of developing the competencies, what I've just mentioned in the beginning, that the IPMA is a federation of national member associations, and they promote a standard in project management that is based and circling around personal competences. And these you can develop in project management, in program management, and in portfolio management. So there are different certifications that you can do in order to certify either knowledge, but as well experience that you have in projects. And this is something that we focus our events around, so delivering knowledge, but also the active volunteers that we have all over the globe, that they are developing their competencies in the projects that they execute. And then when you do that, it's also important to recognize and give recognition to the different people that are active in our young crews. And we want to celebrate their successes, because many of our members are, as I mentioned, either in university starting their first jobs. And it's great to already develop your competencies alongside university. And within the IPMA Young Crew, I've done that at a level that probably would have not been possible in a corporate environment. So so when we do that and we give something in, when we dedicate time, then it's also important to give global recognition. And we do that by let's say having a career path where people can develop from organizing a local event to, in the end, being active on the international level in the management board of IPMA Young Crew. We also have an aspect that we advise the career path in project, portfolio, and program management. So this comes a little bit through this age bridge that we have from 18 years to 35. And you will always find somebody in our network that is maybe 2 or 3 years ahead of you in his or her development. And this gives you an idea of, okay, what are my personal next steps in order to pursue a certain type of career? And what I really appreciate about IPMA is that you can find like-minded people interested in project management, and maybe very senior people, but they treat you on a very same level. And I recall that in my first years being active with the IPMA Young Crew on German national level. That I was exchanging and organizing workshops with a project manager that was involved in the Heathrow expansion. And for me as a student, that was yeah, very nice to be of help and very interesting to that person. Yeah, so working on the same level, of course, taking advantage of the experience and learning, then organizing events together. And that said, it's the IPMA Young Crew is really a network, also an environment to network, to interact, and more in these days with the global project management world. So as everything has moved, also our events, as you will see, have moved in a majority to the digital world. National borders and distances don't play a role at all anymore, and so that is really easy to connect. And it's sometimes also the IPMA is referred to as a family. It's a little bit big for that, but nevertheless, the more active you are, obviously, as in any association, the better you get to know other people, and that for me is a personal satisfaction to know so many people worldwide, which I can yeah, connect and relate to in case of questions. So when the question comes, okay, where is the IPMA Young Crew? You can see here a map where on green you see full member Young Crews, and and in yellow you see transitional Young Crews, and Canada is one of them. So it's really a global reach. So we are present from Russia to the United States, from east to west, and the events that happen on national level differ, and that is also part of the diversity. We do have Young Crews that are particularly strong in business or in engineering or in design. But as project management is a very yeah, broad topic, and also can be applied in many industries or sectors, it really depends on what the focus of the National Young Crew is. And nonetheless, where you are, obviously, you can participate in the national and also international events. And being a member has the advantage that you can participate in some of the listed events, and we will go into more detail in a moment. But it really, the main benefit that I see is from being active, from driving those projects, from taking responsibility to organize certain events, to develop projects further, because there the value lies. There you can experiment yourself. There you can really make experiences in the project lead, in a project team. And may it be with a group of people nearby or with an international project team. So that is really what I see as the added value. And when I say it's the best career move that you can do, then I can only say, well, the point here is really that you get prepared at a very early stage. So for me, that was during studies, for taking over big projects. And when you enter then your professional career, then you are well settled. And maybe if you're already beyond the 35 years range, it's not a problem. You still can engage and get in contact with the IPMA Young Crew or your national Young Crew, and let's say collaborate with them, either giving trainings or also supporting their events with either mentoring or let's say also financial support. So it's really about creating a network, and we probably define our target group as 18 to 35, yes. But it's, if you're beyond that age limit, nothing stops you from collaboration. And where we are, I really encourage you to get also what I mentioned regarding flavors of the IPMA Young Crew. I really encourage you to join us on our social media channels. So you see here nice pictures from not only from Europe, but also, for example, from Iran. We have also some countries in the Americas, and get on LinkedIn, see what those countries are doing. We use that one as an inspiration for all the young crews out there, but also for you, as if you're not yet familiar with the IPMA Young Crew, you can find there more information and also understand better what we do, and hopefully you see value in those activities. And one of the projects that is really, really accessible and definitively among the ones that also, appeal to a very internationally focused group of people is Gecko. So Gecko is the short abbreviation for Global E-Collaboration Competition. And now you can tell why we shortened the name. So it's the idea is really in 24 hours to put out a project management case study. The different teams from all around the world get mixed up in international teams. So somebody from Germany works with somebody from Peru, works with somebody from Russia, as an example. And those people have 24 hours time to solve a case study. And in 2020, we had over 140 participants, and more than 24 countries participated. And the case study was a real case by the city of Cape Town, where the teams had to address a particular challenge of the city and let's say submit within 24 hours their project proposal. And it's really international, it's completely virtual. So that was also one of the ideas behind this. And on the right hand side, you can see a statement from Lucia, who won 2017. That it's really a unique opportunity to work with a group of people you would probably never have met before otherwise. So this is really exciting about the Young Crew, that if you dive in and in Gecko, you can participate in next year, that you really get exposed, get out of your comfort zone, and try something at a really accessible way. So Gecko definitively a first stop where you could participate. And so I just put out there that you should mark your calendars for next year in March. Plenty of time yet to mark your calendars, and hopefully by that also we see Canada then on the map. IPMC is a project that requires a little bit more of preparation and is not yet so known in North America. But I've put here just a couple of photos from the regional final in Europe. So IPMC, so International Project Management Championship, is a competition that is about students first solving in a group, solving a knowledge-based test based on the International Competence Baseline, so the standard of the IPMA for project management. Then on the second level, the best national teams compete against each other, and also based on a case study. So they make a project proposal, and they usually have around 8 hours to come up with that. That usually takes place in a physical setup, as you can see on these photos. But we've also managed to organize the European and the Americas final, which will take place in November this year, also virtually. And then the regional final, so the national final is that, and then the next level is the regional final, where the country winners travel to one location or travel with their computer to a regional final and compete. And then what we envision for next year, that was called off this year a little bit by COVID, really a world championship of project management, where the best 3 or 4 regions and the 4 regional winners compete against each other. So this is just a different type of competition as well, but it gives you a flavor of how diverse also the activities of the IPMA Young Crew are. And that said, we don't only have competitions, we also do have events, and those can be very different from country to city to region, but definitively our key event is the Global Young Crew Workshop. A lot of abbreviations here, but yeah, so that is also one of our flagship events. And that is typically 3 days event presence, where you can learn a lot, where you can network a lot, and it's really about getting input in a workshop style. And you see here the picture from 2019 in Merida. Again, 2020, this took place virtually. And nevertheless, you see here a quote by Felipe, who who is now actually a part of my management team on an international level. And it really brings this personal encounter to as a benefit, as a value add, that you travel somewhere and get to know somebody that you probably wouldn't have known if you don't travel. And the Global Young Crew Workshop is with distinct trainers, with very good keynote speakers, and yeah, 3 very great days. And I've participated nearly since 2011. So nearly 9 years that I've participated, and that I've been participating, and it was never a dull moment. So and the more, of course, the more you participate, the more familiar you are with usual suspects, I would call them, and that's a really great global family to have. When we then look at let's say we've covered some competitions, we've covered the event style, but also to those of you out there who have done a great project and now want to get recognized for what you do, we also have the Young Project Manager of the Year award, and that is an award that recognizes individuals who most effectively have demonstrated their competences in project management. So it's not that much about, woo, I've done the greatest project, but it's really about how you, in particular situations, have addressed a certain challenge. And so we do that either on a national level, but for sure on an international level. And here on the slide, you see Rosanna, Akshay, and Andrea, who've made it this year to win the award in the subsequent order. And it's on the one hand, of course, a great satisfaction to receive the recognition of a global and an international jury. But on the other hand, of course, it's a great opportunity to network again with project managers alike, and get to know the judges and get to know previous year's winners. So also we're building a community there that is circling around project management, but also very interesting individuals. And that is always fun to see. And yeah, you don't need to be not particularly a member of the IPMA Young Crew to apply, but of course it doesn't harm. And what we've done and what we've put more focus on this year is really to present and the opportunity also to network, like you can see here with a small coffee break for the participants, to give some added value beyond who's the winner. And that has worked out pretty fine. And so yeah, stay attentive subscribe to our social media channels so that you can, that you can apply next year if you've done a great project, and I think you all do. And yeah, give it a chance and get recognized for that. And last but not least, coming up in November now, if you want to learn more about leadership, there are the Global PM Days. So this is also a global event, a virtual event, and it was coming out of our innovation pipeline. So we are executing every year an innovation challenge within our community. And the idea here was really to present a concept that is new to our community, and with that extent, it definitively was. So if you cannot travel to the Global Young Crew workshop, the Global PM Days is something for you. And here it's also circling around one particular topic. It's a 2 days conference, and it takes place twice a year, so one in May and one in November. And we really focus on people competences, so more the soft side of things, if you may want to call it like this. And it's not only for the IPMA Young Crew community. You get some benefits, you get some discounts if you are a member, but the prices are not exaggerated, so that you wouldn't be able to participate if you don't get a discount. And we support the global response to the pandemic by donating a certain portion of your ticket, of your entrance ticket, to the WHO. Yeah. And as I mentioned, in November, there's the next meeting coming up on the 28th, 29th. And you will have there 14 keynotes. So I would assume a pretty similar format as of today. And sometimes also there are some discussion panels. But really, from a participant's perspective, we've seen the community of people joining this event growing and growing. And as you can see, nearly or more than 500 participants from over 50 countries. And also there you have the opportunity to network and also file or get the record as a proof of participation if you need that for recertification and other topics, or your employer maybe. So really affordable prices, and the early bird tickets are available until November 5th. So today. So if you hurry up, you still can get those tickets. The regular pass includes, let's say, the regular setup, the exclusive parts. There are some bonus materials. You have a little bit more time to watch the keynotes also if you have missed them. And the combo pass is if you have missed the previous edition, but you're still interested in the topics of teamwork and conflict and crisis, which have been the topics of the previous 2 Global PM Days, then you definitively can get a combo pass. And with that, you have the rights to also see the the content of the previous conferences. So definitively, I would recommend to join that. And it's again also not only about consuming the knowledge, but behind this also there's a dedicated project team. And if you want to look behind the scenes and want to understand, okay, how is that organized? How is that set up as a project? Then this is where an active membership comes in. And this is also an international team. They do that in their free time, and just for the fun of project management, you could say. It's really astonishing what people can pull together if they are dedicated, if they are with passion and curiosity, following their vision. And here Katja and her team are doing a great job in developing this. So with that, that was a fast half an hour, and I just wanted So now I've spoken a lot, and I want to give now the opportunity out to you, yeah, to raise some questions or, yeah, to act in a more interactive way now.
Thank you very much, Niklas. My name is Chiamaka, and I'm, engaging from Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, does the national associations of this IPMA, do they have a particular procedure of recruitment? Like, is it the same in each country, in each different country, the procedure of recruitment? And then what are the certifications on the IPMA, and how recognized is it globally? I don't know if IPMA offers PMP certification.
Okay, so let me take that question in two bits. So the first question was, let's say, admission, right? So
Yeah.
the admission to a member association, that is definitively managed on a national level. So every country has an IPMA member association, and for a fact, I know that Nigeria has an IPMA member association, and they can install their own, let's say, regulations who can be a member. But from my experience, usually it's a membership fee that you pay, as in any other association as well. And then you first become a member, and then it's up to you to decide how involved do you want to get. And what we do usually in our projects is then to say, okay, have you had, let's say, from an international level, have you had national experience managing some projects for the IPMA Young Crew? And this way you can develop, because it would be strange if you jump on an international project without previously learning what the IPMA Young Crew is about. But that is independently of, let's say, being a member. So that's for maybe for the first question. The second question regarding certification. So in fact, the IPMA standard of project management is different. It's not the PMP or PMI standard. It's a 4-level certification. So level D, level C, level B, level A. And if we start with the easiest one, the level D, it's mainly about knowledge about project management. So knowing the terminology, knowing also technical competences. And here, I think the PMI is very strong in developing, let's say, guidelines and processes, how to technically manage a project. So IPMA is not so much about, okay, you have to do it like this. It's rather you have to know and apply techniques of project management. But IPMA is then also focusing on the, let's say, soft competences or people competences, and then also perspective competences, which are more like contextual factors, politics, etc. And this then you need to prove on the different certification levels. And I'm personally now doing a little bit late, but that's fine, my level C certification. So that is certified project manager. And that is mainly based on, let's say, a bit of knowledge, but then I also have to write a report in which I, let's say, demonstrate or explain how I've demonstrated applying those competences which are required. And then there are interviews. So it's not only about knowledge, it's also about, applying those and giving examples, filling with life what you've learned. Yeah. Did that answer the question, Chiamaka?
Yes, Niklas, thank you very much.
Okay, so there's a message in the chat that in Nigeria it's called PMDAN, so the Project Managers Development Association of Nigeria. Who else has a question?
Okay, I think I have another question since no one else is asking a question.
Yeah.
Okay, and
yeah, and Ola Milekan has raised his hand, so I do not know whether that was also intended to make a question.
oh, okay. Do you want him to go?
Yes,
Since I already
Noah?
asked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Noah, I can
I
pronounce it. Yeah. Okay.
I have a question. My question goes thus: is there any size of project that is qualified for the Young Project Manager of the Year award or a
No.
category?
No, so there is no, for the IPMA, there exist awards which are focusing on a particular size of a project, but for the Young Project Manager of the Year award, there is not. So of course, you need to be the project manager, and I think the regulation says that it needs to be completed within the last 12 months. So, or it's still ongoing, that's also an option. But as it qualifies, let's say, as the Young Project Manager of the Year award doesn't qualify the project, but your competencies that you demonstrate in a certain surrounding, then yeah, this is you can apply when you have project management experience.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot for the question. And Chiamaka?
Okay, thank you. Since we're talking about global project management, are there job opportunities, like project management opportunities for someone to, carry out virtually or remotely, so to say? Are there opportunities to work from, say, Nigeria and doing, working on a project that's not in Nigeria?
So I've got the question hopefully right. So if working opportunities with the IPMA or independently of that?
Either.
Okay, so the IPMA is a voluntary-based organization. So whenever you dedicate time either to the IPMA or to the National Project Management Association, we take your example in Nigeria, then this is usually not remunerated with money. Nevertheless, of course, if you are active in our network, then chances are that people see your involvement and that you also get contacts where you then are able to take a job opportunity. But that is never with the IPMA or the with the IPMA, or they're very, very limited, let's say, full-time employees of the IPMA. But for the National Project Management Association, that depends. And I see this, so for me personally, I've started during my college or during my university studies, being very active within the IPMA Young Crew. And I dedicated 10 to 20 hours a week without getting money. But in the end, it paid off for me because through this work, I have a great network now. And I also do appreciate all the experiences that I've done, which set you apart if you're in that stage of the development, which set you apart from peers, because you can make experiences, work-related experiences, maybe earlier than others.
Okay, thank you, Niklas. Really helpful.
So I think we have 5 minutes left. Or, oh no, on my clock it says 5 minutes, but actually it's just 1 minute here. Yeah, then if there are no further questions, you can also connect with me on LinkedIn, and you can also scan this little QR code that has the link to the IPMA Young Crew LinkedIn page. And if you want to know more about the IPMA Young Crew, you can also visit the website become.pm. And with this said, I want to thank you very much. And please apologies for the delay at the beginning. Yeah, but thanks a lot for the questions and the time and the opportunity to present here. I'm just checking the chat, last two messages here. So thanks for the information. And yeah, thanks a lot to you for your time, and I hope you will have successful sessions going forwards. All the best from Germany then. Bye-bye.